All right, guys, we got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm just going to jump in there really quick. I got a few things I need to hit really quick, but A, this is Grabbing the Brisket podcast. B, we have a awesome interview.
Holy moly.
We have an awesome interview coming up here with Richard Fergola with Richard Fergola Barbecue. This is a new rebranding for him, so this is pretty cool.
That.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be pretty badass. Also, have you? I got a couple of two things I was going to think of. I'm drawing a blank on the first one here, but let me ask you this. Let's get serious for a minute.
Shit.
Come on, man.
Do you think I have like an RBF?
No, you don't.
Oh, like resting bitch face?
Do you think I have an approachable
You
like, face?
Yeah, man. You got like hey, you're
Does
safe.
it look like I'm always just mad and angry all the time?
I've never
No, I don't
noticed
think
that.
so. No.
Okay. I'm just wondering. I mean, nobody approaches me at all. They just like keep their distance, and
Nobody wants to be around anybody.
I guess I don't know. I was like, is it me or
You want to cuddle? Or
Unapproachable.
what? You want hugs?
Who are you wanting to come up and talk to?
What do you
though?
want?
I also heard that I saw a video. It's like if old people, this is how you know you're good looking.
Yeah.
If old people come talk to you, if old people strike up conversations with you,
Yeah.
that's how you know you're good looking.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't know the science behind this, but this is what I hear.
Are you trying to say
Who are
that
you
old
hanging
people
out
aren't
with?
talking to you
I
lately?
get
Is
it.
that where this is going?
Stop,
the
man.
internet.
You need to get out.
Yeah.
You need to get off the internet. Go outside. Maybe actually talk to some people.
Yeah.
No, you're
Yeah, people
fine.
talk to Jan all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
You know
So
why?
clearly it's not true.
'Cause I'm outside. I'm talking to people.
Old people ask me stuff all the time.
yeah.
They're like, can I get a Coke or can I get a water?
Right.
Right when they're flying.
Right.
I shot that article over there to you guys earlier, that TikTok. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was talking about back in the 60s where they got together and like the flight attendants were only allowed to like really work until they're, I guess they hit the age 25, 27, done, retire, you're out.
Yep. That's
And
a real thing.
they had to have like a law passed to, I guess there's a bunch of older stewardess or flight attendants, or they were just like,
You know what?
hey, we
It's
just want to
offensive.
continue to work.
You know what? Listen.
the time.
Listen, here's the
At the
deal.
time.
You got into the trade knowing what it was supposed to be, right? And then you're like, okay, you're here. I'm sorry, Betty Lou, you're here. It's time to go and transition to your next job, wherever that may be.
What is that next
right?
job?
Who knows? Who cares? She could have went and sold real estate or sales and insurance.
That
Who knows?
had to have been a long time ago, like pre-Southwest. 'Cause Southwest had a lot of stipulations, which I think probably a lot of them
Yeah.
did to try to keep it
Wow.
hot or whatever you want to, however you want to say it. But it wasn't age anymore. It was you had to be under a certain weight or a certain height, or your nails had to be manicured. Certain
It's almost
things you
like
had to stay with.
you had to be like a model.
Did they
Basically,
not?
yeah.
Did they
Right,
not
yeah.
force you to wear the ascot anymore or anything?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No ascot.
That's good.
I do it by choice.
Right. I wear it because I like it. Okay? Deal with it.
Love it. So peep the
Can
fit.
we stop for a second?
No, yeah,
Hey,
we're not
James,
stopping.
can we
It's
stop for a second?
Get out of his
full-blown-
way, Jan.
Let it go.
Can we talk about the way you just came into this whole thing? Like, I want to say it was like
You want to say it was too much?
the micro machines, man. I haven't. That was good.
Okay.
that was so good.
They had great
I
energy.
can slow-
It was
you keep
great. No,
chopping
keep
it up, but
I'll
let
slow
him.
it down.
Yeah.
I'll slow it
I
down.
like
for
it.
He's
everybody.
trying to.
No. I just wanted to give you kudos.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Shit.
it. Just one quick story on the fit here. So I don't know if you can peep it out on the camera here. I saw this at Academy. It's a little Callaway golf shirt that I got that's a flamingo barbecuing. And a quick little backstory on why I got this shirt, why I picked it up, because this past summer I was over at my brother-in-law's house. We're hanging out in the backyard, in the pool, drinking a couple of beers. They ordered some food. Everybody kind of went in and mingled in. Of course, I was just still out there in the pool. Just drinking a couple of beers. I'm not saying I was drunk or anything, but
Yeah.
I happened to glance
You
up.
weren't driving.
I wasn't driving. I happened to glance up skyward, and I saw a pink flying bird just fly over the house.
No way.
I'm not lying to you. And I'm like, holy shit. I was like, is that a flamingo? Like, I don't know. I know one pink bird, and that's the flamingo. I mean, unless somebody else can come up with a different one. But then I'm like, nah, it's got to be a flamingo. So everybody came back outside, and I was like, hey, guys, I think I just saw a flamingo just fly over the house. And
They're like, okay.
God, James, you're an idiot. Like, there's no way. And I'm like,
Right.
and then Laura's like, flamingos can't even fly. And I'm like,
Oh, they could definitely
No.
fly.
I'm pretty sure
See,
they
yeah,
can fly.
It's not an ostrich.
Right. Or a penguin.
Right.
Ugh.
An emu.
Right.
Just like,
Yeah. Those don't fly.
You know why they're pink?
Because they eat shrimp.
Yeah, that's what they eat. Yeah. Okay. Well,
And so everybody keeps giving me a hard
Imagine-
time over this. Is like, no, they're Googling. And I Googled, and it looks like flamingos aren't rare to Texas, like South Texas. They're here. So that kind of like, I guess,
This far inland, James?
yeah,
I'm just
I don't
kidding.
know. But that kind of like,
Just kidding.
maybe it was lost.
maybe it was. Maybe some maybe some refuge or some guy with like tigers and shit. He's like, I want some flamingos. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And one got loose. I don't know. But ever since then, the brother-in-law and the in-laws were really just peppering me with flamingo shit. So he got me a like a flamingo Christmas lawn ornament that lights up.
I like it.
And
Does
so
that,
The one that's still out in
wait,
the front yard?
does that mean
in
something?
June?
yeah,
April, whatever.
Is there like a thing like is it like an upside down pineapple kind of
No,
thing?
they're not the same. It's a
Have you
different
seen
thing.
that?
I don't know.
Is the flamingo? It represents something like that.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
might
so.
want to check that out.
Well, James, I don't mean to like rain on your
Yeah.
flamingo parade or make you turn that shirt in. But
No,
I'm
no,
going to put my glasses up and give you a whole actually. That's a spoonbill, probably. Have you seen those around there?
No.
They're
No.
the pink bird that looks kind of like a flamingo.
Really?
They have them in Pearland at the Nature Center.
A spoonbill.
Spoonbill.
Okay, that
There you
sounds made
go.
up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's not-
James saw.
spoonbill.
So James saw a
a bird
flamingo.
that plays the
Yeah, let's see if you can look it
musical
up, Raul.
instrument,
Yeah.
the spoons.
No,
Yeah,
so
I don't think so.
Listen, James saw a flamingo, so now you got the flamingo shirt with the
Right.
barbecue.
No, yeah, it's
on it.
barbecuing. Like I had to get. It's got little hamburgers on there, so
Yeah.
there you go. Hey,
Yeah.
Callaway, we're looking for sponsorships.
Right. Ain't no spoonbill shirt barbecuing.
Some spoonbills.
There you go, away.
What's on
Thank
your
you,
shirt?
man.
It's a spoonbill.
Actually, you're
Appreciate
close.
it. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
did it look like that?
No.
Nah, fuck that bird.
Yeah, okay. It was 100% a flamingo then.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look like that. I guess it was.
Yeah.
So that's how we figure anything. Hey, it look like this? No? Okay, it must have been that. Okay, you're under arrest.
Right.
Ixo facto.
Exactly.
You're under arrest. Let's go.
Straight to jail. I also saw today, this is very just interesting to me, and it's something that we might want to invest in as a group.
Yeah.
This is being unveiled to the market.
Okay.
This is a robot flame-throwing dog. Are you guys interested? Are you guys interested in getting one of these?
I need more information. I'm sorry.
Raul, can we look up the flame-throwing
Raul does
Did
not
Elon
work for
Musk
us.
make this or
robot
something?
dog?
Actually, 100%.
We need the robot dog.
Yes, let's buy one. Yeah, great.
So it's $9,995.
Okay.
And
great.
it looks like one of those dogs. It could be the Boston Dynamic robots that the AI robots, but this is, I think we're close to Skynet, right? This is they're going to start building like just flame throwing dogs, and
Guard dogs.
Yeah.
Is it remote controlled or how's this work?
here we go, like a little video of this right here,
That looks like some.
a little picture of that.
I thought this was some goofy little thing. That's like
That's scary.
Terminator. Can you,
That's you know what that is? It's terrifying.
$10,000. This thing's roaming
the
around your
Terminator?
property.
It's called the Terminator.
Look at the videos of it just shooting the flames or the
listen,
pictures.
Okay, listen. I don't know. This is a make believe, dude. There's nothing like this. That is completely terrifying right now.
Do they have that at Academy or?
We are
Soon.
6 seconds away from going down.
You know, if they want to send that to us, we can find out if you can cook barbecue with that thing.
We'll
Matt,
review it.
okay,
You know what I mean?
Matt, I'm telling you right now. Okay, you're walking down the street and you turn a corner and that thing is walking towards you. What are you doing? Are
I'm
you,
getting my hot dogs. I'm getting some
You're gonna
No,
run.
skewers.
I am bolting, dude.
Make sure you zigzag though.
What was it called?
Right.
What was it called
Like
again?
alligators.
Terminator.
Terminator.
Cook this hot dog for me.
Hey, if they want to send us one, we'll review it.
Then it burns your house
Have them
down.
like grabbing the
Yeah.
brisket, flamethrower dog review.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to set up at my house. That's what I'm going to do.
Man,
Take
that's
care of
all
that
I had
squirrel problem.
for my intro of the Grabbing the Brisket podcast. So
That's all we got. It's,
The end.
there we go. Just what's it run? Oh, here we got a video of it. Check this out.
it's been great talking barbecue.
that was it. That was the barbecue.
This
talk.
thing goes in all travains.
No.
No.
Trains?
Terrains
Terrains.
and travains.
Yeah.
Okay. No, thank you.
Lasers. This is straight Austin Power shit.
Got
like
lasers too.
Sharks with
I
lasers.
feel like this is going to be on Joe Rogan pretty soon.
It's not real. It's a make believe.
This is all AI we're seeing right now.
Yeah, probably.
What's the laser for? Is that like to aim?
Yeah.
Why not put a laser on it?
Yeah, a flashlight too. That's kind of cool.
20
Let's
years
go.
20 years from now, we're gonna be looking back and be like, man, the AI really took over. How did that happen? Like, we developed AI and made
nuking
flamethrower
stuff.
dogs. Like,
Yeah.
Look.
No, I know. Listen.
I'm gonna
What
need
happened?
I'm gonna need this thing bigger,
Hold on.
and I want to ride this thing.
Hey, James, hold on. Well, that accelerated fast. I mean, it's like last year the whole world found out about AI,
Right.
right? ChatGPT, right? For some reason, they had no idea that autofill and all this stuff has been running in the background for I don't know how long. But now all of a sudden it's 2024. And it's like
you know what goes great with AI?
Skynet. We're like boom, put it
Flamethrower
up.
robot dogs.
We're hiding in basements, just cellars, just trying
1
to
year
survive.
and 1 month was the end of our the beginning and the end.
Yeah. We're over here worried about Joe Biden. No.
Oh man, right.
Oh, thanks for that, James.
cheers.
That's
Hey,
not where I thought
cheers,
this
fellas.
episode
Hey.
was gonna go.
This is a awesome episode, guys. I
Cheers.
appreciate it. Cheers up.
Let's go, man.
I like we got a comment one of these videos that we posted. He's like, man, I like the authenticity of the podcast, guys. You guys keep it up. You guys are being real.
We are real.
Maybe too real
I like
sometimes.
that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Were we going to try to read between the lines on that one?
I know. Yeah, I'm going to plug this once because just I don't know, I'm a little bit of a hooah when it comes to this, but yeah, please check out the podcast, GRABTHEBRISKET.com. Go on, check out our swag shop, check out all the blogs that we're trying to put out each week. John does a great job with putting that together. But there's just a whole lot of hard work that goes into it. But the feedback, I don't know. We the barbecue wins, the barbecue fails. These are things that keep us going each week. It keeps us relevant. And without that information, it become a little, I don't know, not mundane, but it puts a lot more work on us.
It's
for
more
coming up
fun
with-
for us.
It is. So that's help us out, contribute.
If they wanted to send in like a story or a question or a barbecue win or fail, how would they do that?
Yeah, it's a great question. How would they do that, James?
Yeah, just go to the website. There's links to our number, our phone numbers, our websites, everything that you would want to know about grabbing the brisket.
434-829-2299. Yeah.
There it is.
Look,
Or if you want to email it,
it's going to
info.
be scrolling right down below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead, make that scroll, Raul.
Oh, Jesus, guys. Okay. Yeah, grabbing the
Do they always
brisket.com.
say like just click the link or click
Right.
the
Smash the like.
smash the like, the follow?
We have no idea.
We
how
don't
this stuff
care.
works.
Do all this stuff.
Yeah, we don't. Hey, listen, don't follow. We don't care.
Oh, we do care.
But do leave a
Liars.
review if you could. If you're wherever
Yeah,
you're listening,
please.
go ahead and leave a review. That'd be great. Yeah. Appreciate that.
Okay, that was my plug. I had to get that out of my system.
It's really good.
Well, usually wait till the end and I forget to say it, and I'm like, oh dang it, I really wanted to say that last time or whatever. So, it's fine.
I do need to compliment James.
Yeah.
He gave me some like cryovac brisket that he had cooked earlier. I busted that out today and heated that up and made a brisket sandwich, and that was freaking killer. What did you put on that, James? Because that one came out great.
Man, honestly, I
that's
didn't have
the,
it marked, so it was probably the last one we did with the grabbing the brisket rub that we're trying to develop.
Yeah.
With like coarse salt, black pepper.
That rub is 12 years in the making. We're
I
getting
know. Hey, we're never going to be there. Never going to be there.
But it's gonna be perfect when it comes out.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be well tested.
Yeah,
But I think we'll be taken over by robot dogs. But
Yeah. No, well,
We're doing a small batch. It's just one run only. Get your hands on it. It's like
one bowl.
I need
$100 a bottle. Let's go.
I need 2 bottles when we leave tonight.
Gotcha.
Thanks.
But yeah, thanks. Hey, appreciate it. Man, we did a beef rib over the weekend. It is one of my HEB. No, don't tell anybody. But I might have gotten one over on HEB.
Oh, I tried to go get it over
I
on
might have
food.
gotten
Yeah,
some beef
yeah.
ribs that were mismarked.
Were they
And,
marked as like finger ribs or something?
yes, they
Yeah. Yeah.
But you didn't catch it until you got outside?
I did, and I got outside, and I was like, man, that's really cheap. Let me go ahead and grab a couple. And I got outside, and I was already at the house, and I had it on my grill, and I was like,
You still went back to the
dude,
package?
these were mismarked, man.
What'd you pay
Somebody-
for them?
It was $4.99 a pound.
That's good.
Like you guys know, he
as
noticed it
opposed
as
to,
soon as he picked it up, right?
$12.99 a pound.
Right. What'd you pay?
You know, he noticed it as soon as he
30
picked it up and
bucks,
saw the
40
price.
bucks?
Like,
It's
ding,
like
ding.
Yeah.
No, I know he did.
Yeah, I went by there the next day, and they were
Here,
not.
we got a little
that.
video of this thing popping up here.
Ooh.
That is to me that is the most fun thing to cook.
It's yeah. I love beef
I
ribs.
can only eat about 3 bites because it's so rich and fatty. But cooking them, just watching that bone, because it pulls back so far, right? It's just awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was
That bark looks killer, too.
The bark was
What'd you do it on?
We did it on the offset smoker, and then we finished it off in the oven for like the last couple of hours. And then, no, I'm lying to you. We did on the offset for about 8 hours, and then it went into the oven, resting for about another 8 hours.
That's the way to do it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
the bark
225 or
stayed.
something? What'd you
The
do?
bark
Lyle?
looks amazing.
The oven was at 225 until it finished. Let's say finished. Let me backtrack.
yeah.
So
What did you do, James?
Yeah.
You
So I try to like go off the template like that I was doing with the brisket. So I smoked it for about 6 hours till I got that nice, beautiful mahogany dark color, and then it went into the oven at 225. So I was at 275, 300, and I dropped it down to 225 in the oven. I let that go, and it probably went another 2 to 3 hours before it hit that 200 mark.
Did you wrap it all or no?
When I went, yes, in a full pan.
Okay.
With a piece of foil on top, so it wasn't
Not a tight wrap.
tightly wrapped. And then once it hit 205, that's when I just put it on the warm setting in my oven and just forgot about it.
so 150 degrees.
I think it was like 150, 160 degrees.
Yeah.
And how was it?
It was money. It was like it might have been a little too overcooked,
As in too tender? It didn't dry out, right?
No.
too tender.
No, it wasn't. No, I don't think it was too tender. It was
I don't think beef
no.
rib can be too tender.
No,
Yeah,
I think you're missing, like, I don't know if you wanted more of a chew to it or whatever, but it just disintegrated. You could take a bite off of any piece of it and just have it just bite right through.
Correct.
It was
Well, I guess it
was
was
so
the
good.
bark itself was a little dry.
Okay, the bark starts to dry out. Yeah, I've had
Correct.
that issue before.
Yeah.
I know
Underneath that, it was just super shreddable,
Yeah.
tender. And the concept that I was going for is like, beef ribs are super rich, and I love them. But like you mentioned earlier, you can only do 2 or 3 bites. And so I really was trying to render out some of that
More
fat.
of
That way you can get in there and just get those pieces and start pulling it out. And it was good.
Yeah.
It was money.
yeah. I mean, it's not like we don't take and eat 6, 7 barbacoa tacos or whatever else. It's not. I don't know. It's not any. You're saying 2, 3 bites. I'm like,
Beef ribs are different, man. It's like almost like 50-50 fat to me. They get so rich. Like,
Correct.
I
Yeah.
love it. It's one of my favorite bites, but I'm the same. A few bites, and I'm like, I can't
Yeah, if
do
you don't
any more of
render,
this.
if you do a hot and fast on a beef rib, it's not enough time for that
Can't
fat
do
to
it.
render out. It doesn't happen. It may pull apart, but you're just chewing a lot of fat, and it's very rich. And
Yeah, I know what you're saying
my
about
2
the bark
cents.
too. I've done that where it's like, oh, it's so good, and you go to cut it, and
It's
the
almost
bark's
like jerky,
what the
you know what I
fuck?
mean?
Yeah,
It's like, when you-
really stiff on the outside.
correct.
Yeah,
still
There's a nice
flavorful.
yeah, it's super flavorful. There's a nice video that I think I don't know if I put it on our social medias, but it will probably be on there by the time you listen to this episode. But I have a lot of the stages of this beef rib ready to go to put together for a video, so you'll be able to get to see this. You'll get to see Jan cutting the beef rib and just really just tearing the shit out of it, and just not really just doing a great job at
wow, thanks,
hitting
Jan.
the bone. I'm just bullshitting, guys. He did a great job.
Fine.
It's a knife. I had one of these miracle blades. Do you remember these? The miracle
No.
blades? I think it was like
Miracle Whip.
90s
Yeah.
ish. Had one of these. That's the only blade that I had. I couldn't find my other little slicing knives, whatever. So I gave Jan this a miracle blade. It's offset. It's got the little poker at the end.
It's a slicing knife.
It's a slicing knife.
good.
He was cutting into it, but it just started like eating into that dry skin on the outside, the jerky like type stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
But
I've had the same.
once you got to that, it was just super juicy underneath. So enough about that. I don't know if anybody wants to hear about that, but
No, that's good.
Yeah, I
That's
want to hear
good.
about
Yeah.
beef ribs.
Yeah, I mean that's. I think the biggest mistake that people make on a cook or any cook when it comes to like a beef that takes a while to render down, like a brisket or a beef rib, you know, those are very similar cooks. Is that they're not putting enough seasoning, and I see a lot of times, even on the beef ribs, I've had countless, right? I can't tell you, but that's one thing that I'll notice that it's not all the time, but it's very common. I think people just don't put enough seasoning on that meat because it's going to be such a long cook. You know, and 8 to 10 to 12.
It's like a brisket.
It is. It really is, and you really want to treat it that way. I do agree with you. The hot and fast, the meat doesn't, the fat, what's kind of congealed already would have rendered out of you taking your time, and rushing it, it ruins that process for it. So
Yeah, you might be able to fake it. You might be able to go like all sciencey and shoot a bunch of chemicals into it, like tenderizers that will tenderize the beef for you. You may be able to go that route if you want to go hot and fast.
Yeah. I've never tried anything like that, but you might be right.
okay, John,
Definitely,
you're a liar.
maybe. I
like
don't
you've
know.
never injected anything. Get out of here.
I never injected with the tenderizer.
Tenderizer. No.
No, not on a beef rib for sure.
No phosphates or
Yeah.
I don't know what's in the Heath Riles injection.
probably
Okay, maybe I have then. I don't know what to tell you.
all of it.
Damn it, Heath. Yeah. That's funny.
Do you guys want to hear a little hot off the grill barbecue news? Brought to you by the MBBQA Barbecue News Magazine, and I don't have a whole lot for us. I just got one little update. We talked about this a little bit, I think, last week, about the kiddos going to be cooking out there at Memphis in May, the future of Q. But he sent over a list, like a schedule, I guess you could say, of the presenters and what they're going to be cooking. So the folks that are going to be out there, maybe they can pick which day they want to go, or maybe they're going to go both days. But so they got Brady Dopp. It's going to be out there doing meatloaf. Noon on Thursday. 2 o'clock, we got the Steak Princess. Riley Wright's going to be doing a cobbler. 4 o'clock, Ray Barker's doing street tacos. And then you jump over to Friday. Ray Barker again. That's going to be at noon. She's doing luau chicken kebabs. 2 o'clock, our buddy Caden Blake. He's doing his steak. Hopefully he's doing his competition. Going to teach us some real competition shit. And then Miles O'Gwen, which of course we had the appearance on a couple weeks ago. 4 o'clock, going to be doing pork chops. So if you're going to be out there at Memphis and Meg, make sure you go by the MVBQA stage setup, whatever it is, and see what these kids are doing, because it's going to be cool.
What time is that going to be?
All those times I just said. So Thursday is at noon, 2 and 4, and then Friday is also at noon, 2 and 4.
Perfect.
Yep.
I just want to make sure you reiterate.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. One more time. You want to go through them one more time? Yeah. Noon, 2, 4. Noon, 2, 4.
There it is.
There it is.
Actually, what did you even say, John?
Did you say the time?
I will put a link down below somewhere for
Perfect.
you
There it
folks.
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's pretty much all I got. Also, make sure you get your Sauces of Honor competition entries in there so you can
Yeah, that is wrapping up pretty soon.
be a winner. Don't be a loser. That's it. Hot off the grill barbecue news.
Professional as always, John.
Thank you.
I know, right? He does such a great job.
I try. I practice at home in the mirror. Yeah.
Do you?
Oh, always. Every
Hey,
single
what
time.
is your? Do you have do you turn around and spin around and go, boom?
Yeah,
right.
Hey, John with
Okay.
Hot off the grill barbecue news.
right.
Yeah,
I just want to see you do it like a news anchor one of these days.
I know. You had your up.
Like, new message here.
1920s. It's weird how he does it, and you go 1920s with it, right?
Yeah, I know.
Transatlantic
Yeah,
accent.
see?
Did you guys know that's what it was called?
The
Yeah.
transatlantic accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you made
I
that
heard
up.
about that.
No, it's actually true.
Yeah, it's totally
That's how you
true.
learn everything.
I did see our president. He was doing a little rally somewhere, and he went full Ron Burgundy, and he sat there and was reading the teleprompter, and it says pause, and he goes, pause. Then everybody starts cheering, 4 more years, 4 more years. I'm like, jeez.
Lord.
Hey, if you haven't seen that video, watch it. It's funny.
Oh my God. Oh jeez.
Do we have enough time to get into the Grabbing the Brisket beer review?
Beer. Oh wait, are we not doing that?
Hey, can you practice that one in the mirror?
we got about,
We got 10 minutes. Let's do it. 10 minutes.
Hey, let's
Can you-
slide into the Grabbing the Brisket.
Beer review.
Yeah, my side.
Okay, I bought a beer for us, but I did not bring it, so James brought one.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. This is a Texas favorite, I think, isn't it?
Karbach, yeah.
Karbach.
I've been enjoying them for
How
a
many different
long time.
Karbachs have we reviewed? At least a few, right?
At least a few.
Yeah.
Wow, not as many as
Martin
Saloon
House?
Door or Martin House.
I think we've done Hopadillo. We've done
Love Street.
Love Street. Yeah, that's a pretty good
Crawford
one. Crawford Bach's a great one. If you love Shiner Bach or anything, you gotta try that Crawford Bach.
This is one that would have got a really bad score 5 years ago when we started.
Let me take this.
Really bad.
I would have been like the one high score or something.
I feel like we keep doing these beer reviews, and we're just waiting for that one Cinderella beer brewery to just no. I'm talking about that brewery just to step up and go. We got you, bro. Here's the sponsorship. You guys gonna do these beers for the rest of your lives.
This is going to be a bitter, or on the bitter side, 85 IBUs, 9.5% alcohol by volume.
I'll say if you don't like IPA, this is not for you.
I like the can. The can's badass.
That's cool. A lot of their cans are similar. This is cool.
It says it's a job, right? A hazardous one at that. So it's a bravado that a rodeo clown takes its place under the arena lights, stepping in the path of almost certain destruction. With a grit and intensity, Rodeo Clown Double IPA is a badass bullfighting sumbuck featuring malt-derived notes of toffee and stone fruit with a crushing bitterness. Do you dare get down with the clown? Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
Rodeo Clown Double IPA. Let's get into it.
That's badass. Cheers.
Cheers. Rodeo clowns are badass. I mean, if you think about what they actually do. Unsung heroes of the rodeo.
If you're not familiar, this Karbach is a Houston brewery, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. I have not been drinking IPAs very much lately.
That's good, man.
This is good. Like, I have not been
That
having a
is
lot of
such
IPAs.
a good beer.
You really taste the stone fruit.
The bitter stone fruit.
I'm going to be honest. I don't really know what a stone fruit is.
Hey, it
but,
doesn't matter. You taste it.
None of us do, James. Like, none of us know what that is.
Is it a fruit that has a stone in it, or
Yeah, I think so.
I think Raul
a
can
peach.
find out for us.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought y'all were making
like
fun of
those
me. Like
idiots
I mispronounced
biting
it
into
or
like
something,
fruit,
but no,
and they're like, oh, they
it does
break
say
a
that.
tooth off, and they're like, it's got a stone in it, and it's like a pit.
No, there's stone in there. No. Probably, maybe it looks gray or something.
So a stone fruit is just another name for a fruit that has a hard center. So like a peach is considered a stone
Apricot,
fruit.
something like that. Yeah, okay.
So essentially,
That's what I thought.
What
I
James
said
just
peach.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
100%.
Just stop.
Roll the tape.
Roll the
Stop.
tape.
You didn't.
I'm a smart guy.
Oh, you brought
we got
cups. Hey.
So a plum would also be a stone fruit. An apricot, stone fruit.
I said that one already.
Avocado,
Hey, lemons.
Actually, yes.
Cherries.
Yeah.
Lemons, watermelon,
not watermelon. Nope.
cantaloupe,
Nope. Also no.
Mangoes.
apples,
Mango, yes.
Yeah, reminds me of that joke about that
cherries.
guy. No, never mind.
Yes.
Actually, yeah. Good job. Anyway, what were you saying, James?
Olives.
No, I said it reminds me of that joke about that guy out there trying to marry the farmer's daughters, and he has to go outside and pick out a piece of fruit. And no, we won't get into that joke.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I want to hear it.
Right. If
you know, you know.
The guy had to swim the lake and had to climb the mountain and whatever, and it's like come back. Never
God, that
mind.
reminds me. Do
Oh,
you
never
remember
mind.
way back early when we would do like the after hours podcast thing, and we would
The bonus episode.
Yeah, the bonus
Yeah.
episode would be a lot more cussing, a lot more drunk.
Drunk-isode?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but the dumb thing was that we posted it under our same brand and as the next episode. So I don't know if it's really that smart or more of like
Yeah. We would call it like episode 22.5.
we're
Yeah.
the biggest idiots. And like honestly, we should take it down because I'll probably lose my job. So I don't want to lose that.
Hey, don't go
Yeah.
back and look at our old
Yeah.
episodes.
First of all, that was so many years ago. That wouldn't even mean back then.
you're a whole different person now.
100%.
Yeah.
We're creeping up on 5 years, guys. Are we going to have a 5-year
Of course we are.
party or
throwing a-
celebration
we're throwing a
or
badass
something?
party.
Definitely need to have like a meetup. I mean, maybe the people
when
who
is
are
it?
listening here, if they want to, if we want to get together and do a party, a meetup, greet up,
What?
just throw down, slam, bash. I can't think of any more adjectives.
Who
Those
did
are really good words you used.
Yeah.
But
Slam,
get
bash,
together and hang out with the group
pow.
and have a good time. Celebrate 5 years of grabbing on the brisket. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's plan it.
Let us know if
Anybody
you're
out there,
interested.
let us know.
I totally agree.
Right
I
here
want
at the
some suggestions.
studio.
Burn it down. Let's
Yeah,
do
we're
it.
going to burn
What is
this
that?
mother humper down.
I don't know, man. I think that's how people get killed. So People show up. Like, you don't know anybody, man.
We go to very different
knows?
slam bashes.
All right.
Hey, there's those guys. Bam, bam.
We got Raul here, so
Yeah.
it's not like you're
Seems-
jumping in Ubers with them and they're like, "Hey, smell this."
Yes, we
Does this
will.
smell like chloroform?
Yeah, yeah. I fall for that every time. Like, oh, it does.
Kinda.
I could just see you waking up. You got me again.
You guys got to quit doing that.
You guys.
Is that? Can
By
you
the way,
take a
can I-
kidney? Okay.
Yeah. Can I get out of this cage, please? Yeah.
All right, we only got 90 seconds.
Let's get into it.
All right. I'll go first.
I was going to say, Matt, you go first.
This is like the standard for double IPAs, I'd say. Like if you like IPAs at all, double IPAs.
This is the best.
This is like the one you grade them all against,
Yeah,
in my
go.
opinion. Bitter, but in a good way. Hoppy. I'm gonna give this a 8.9. 8.9 is my score.
Man,
Are you right there with me, Jim?
man. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. James, what you got?
All right. So since we're going counterclockwise, I will jump in here.
That'd be clockwise, actually.
It's actually yeah.
But if we're going this way and
Okay.
it got back down to me, then yeah,
If we were.
there it is. So, well, I really do like this beer. I'm going to score this high. This is probably going to be one of the highest beers that I've scored. But I'm going to leave myself a little room. I do love this beer. I'm going to go.
Hold on. Can you just give us a second? Can you stop? Just hold on.
Why do you do that? What is wrong with you?
James?
Let him talk.
Just hold on, James. John, do you have a score in your head already?
Yeah, 100%. You want me to write it down?
What is your score?
No, I haven't talked about it yet. I'm not going to give my score.
You want? Okay.
You want me to tell you in your ear? I can tell you in your ear.
Yeah. Let me see.
James, I'm sorry that every time you have a flow, it just gets interrupted.
All right,
Man,
okay.
I even
James.
on this
Okay,
one?
I apologize. take another drink, James. Just take another drink. Cheers. Love you. All right, let's go.
Shout out to my Flamingo friends.
There it is. Oh shit. He has no idea.
I'm going to go
Spoon-billed, whatever.
9.8.
Whoa.
Are you serious?
9.8.
9.8?
9.8.
I love it.
Man.
Speaking of us going 5 years now almost, what would you have given this like way back in the beginning? Like a 2?
5.0.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That's probably accurate. This is really good. And come to think about it, I don't think I've ever had this before. Like, because I just don't
Really?
ever really buy IPAs. So if we haven't reviewed it on here, I've probably not had it as far as IPAs go. It's just really freaking good. You pick up the fruitiness, but it's not like a lot of them where it's just, oh, it's grapefruit. It tastes, there's
It's
something
IPA
else.
with orange in it. you
Right.
know?
It,
Yeah.
it tastes good. And I do like how it's heavy on the bitter. Like it's pretty legit. I'm going 8.7.
Okay. Good score, John. Good score.
It's a different score than I
And
told Jan.
now we're
It is a different score.
You messed him up.
That's what I'm like. I don't know what you're even talking about. It's not your score. You're a liar. So I know what the score is. I know what he said, but it's not that.
Anyways, that's all we got for the grabbing and brisket.
Nope. I'm not done with mine. James, I cannot agree with you more. This is a really, really good beer. Matt, I think you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about just like some of the notes that it brings out. The bitterness that you have in this is not something that you would see like when it's not the. This is almost like a cacao. It's very smooth. Like, you know what I mean?
It's bitter in the best way possible.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just subtle. It's just I don't know. I can't explain it. This is a phenomenal beer. I'm definitely in the 9s.
Wait. What about the way I described it?
I'm definitely in the 9s. Yeah, if you want to
Guys, we only have 90
bring
seconds.
it down to John's rudimentary, I don't know, 3rd grade level, where he tries to talk about something or whatever. Come on, man.
Turn his mic off, Raul.
Just stop.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, my score 9.4.
Ooh.
9.4.
9.4.
Wow. This beer's up there with us.
James, that might be your highest scored, or it's pretty close. It might be your highest one.
Yeah.
Ever scored
Beer's
ever?
great.
Yeah.
This is James's favorite beer ever.
It might
we've
be.
had.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you've never given a 10, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you've given quite a few 9.7s. I don't think you've ever given a 9.8. I mean, I could be wrong.
Wow. I guess that means if you're listening, you have to go try Rodeo Clown.
This is
Also-
probably our highest rated IPA for sure.
Yeah.
Also, if Karbach is listening,
Jesus, James, just
I'm always selling, guys. I'm always selling. I mean,
He's hurrying
kinda
himself out.
hurries it out. So if Carbach's out there, I mean, we'd love to come sample it in house. You know what I mean?
oh man, are you
Unbutton
kidding,
a couple
James?
buttons there, James.
Yeah. Are you no? Listen, are you kidding me? I would love to go there, sample the beer, talk about it, do a podcast.
Sample more
Like,
beer.
yeah, please. Yeah, we could definitely get that going.
We do the 90-second Karbach beer review.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Also, guys,
Hey,
I think you're ahead of yourself.
I was also
Yeah.
go for it.
That's what we got for the grabbing the brisket.
beer
review.
there it is. Boom.
You know, smoking meats isn't just cooking, it's an art form. The aroma, those deep flavors, the patience, it's a whole experience.
And behind every great artist, there's the right set of tools. If you're aiming to build your own barbecue pit or dreaming of a custom design tailored just for you, SmokerBuilder.com has your back.
Led by Frank Cox, their expertise is unmatched. Offering blueprints, kits, and insights, they turn every barbecue dream into a flavorful reality.
Imagine your backyard, the center of attention, and at the heart of it, a smoker that's uniquely yours.
It's more than just equipment. It's about crafting those unforgettable moments. And with the guidance of Frank and his team, you're setting the stage for magic.
So whether you're a seasoned pit master or taking your first steps into the smoky world,
Head over to SmokerBuilder.com, fill up your carts, and be sure to use the promo code GRABTHEBRISKET in all caps to receive your 10% discount. Smoke on.
threw down some ribs last night, used the Chicks That Smoke spicy rub, mind blown.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like the Chicks That Smoke spicy barbecue all-purpose rub, dude, it is a game changer for sure.
Yeah, if you folks have not given it a shot, you need to.
Honestly, your barbecue will thank you.
Chicks That Smoke, it's at SUCKLEBUSTERS.com. Bro, you know that new Dow Strong knife I just got?
The ridiculously sharp one that I almost cut myself on. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But seriously, made such a difference in my grilling. Every cut is so clean and precise.
And it's true what they say, a sharp knife is actually a safer knife.
That's accurate. And if our listeners want a new badass knife, they need to go check out Dow Strong.
We got a discount link below right in our podcast description, and just be careful, they are sharp.
Dow Strong, a cut above the rest.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. Everybody knows at the root of any good relationship, any relationship worth anything, is the only thing that matters between two people. And I'm talking about television. That's right. That's why you should listen to Married with Television, man, which is a podcast by my friends Shannon and Jamie, I call her cat ears, about movies and TV that they have loved for decades, man. You listen at marriedwithtv.com or anywhere you get your podcasts. They are proud members of the Oddpods Media Network, man. Married with Television.
I think our guest is just about in the house here. Are we ready, Raul?
I've had a few beers, John, so I'm going to sit here and try to do this intro as best as I can. Let's
You never
go.
let us down,
Uh,
James.
you-
I never do. Yeah. Hey guys, okay, we're back again with Grabbing the Brisket. As we build earlier, we have a wonderful interview coming up here with Richard Fergola Barbecue, formerly known as, the last time we had you on, it was Fergalicious Barbecue. Hey, Rich, how's it going, bud?
How's it going?
Man, it's so it's weird being in the same room with John, knowing that he was in the same room
Across the United States.
with across
with
the
you.
United States with you, like
5 minutes ago.
or
Yeah,
this
yeah.
morning. You know
It's
what I
no
mean?
big deal.
Yeah.
We hang out sometimes. It's not a big
Cool.
deal. Don't
Yeah.
be jealous.
Just randomly
It's
hang out in
fine.
Fargo.
Yeah. Say, hey, you want to meet in Fargo? I was like, yeah, I'll be there.
Cook
Yeah.
some briskets in a parking lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool.
Right.
It's cool.
No, man. Dude, it's such a cool experience. I was fortunate enough to go with these guys 2 years ago. And it was just something that I never experienced, right? Talking about, with Shields, this whole academy they do. And then John's like, hey, this year, hey, you want to go? And I was like, I'd love to go, but I don't have the time. I can't get off or whatever. John's like, all right, well, snooze you lose. I'm out, so yeah, it's I was so jealous. I was like, dang it, man. I just
Oh,
wanted
it's
to,
so much fun.
it was cool, man. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. We did not have 80 inches of snow this time. And I also got to find out that John's wife is a Chiefs fan, so that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, is it cool? I don't know if that's the right word, but
Yeah.
she
Right.
is. A
Is
Chiefs
that like a
fan.
samesies or what are we
Right,
doing here?
Yeah, I'm actually a 49ers fan, so it was not cool for me this past season.
Right.
Oh,
Uncool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Cowboys fan. It hasn't been cool for quite some time.
1996.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All we know is pain.
Yeah, right.
Well, we used to know that too, but it's the golden age in Kansas City right now, fellas.
Right. The whole dynasty is underway.
No, you're right. So do you that whole area? I mean, when you have like a winning football team like that, it's got to bring people to the area, right? It's got to be booming there, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, like we had the NFL draft here last year, and that was insane. So we've had two Super Bowl winning parades in this town where 1 million people all get together in downtown. That's also
Must
crazy.
be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it drives business too for stores like ours, Proud Souls. It's we used to have a rally house right next door to our shop, which sold all sporting goods gear, not sporting goods, but like sports teams gear. Obviously, Chiefs is one of them. And that brought in a ton of traffic. But yeah, it's it's all the talk in Kansas City is just Mahomes, Kelsey, and Taylor Swift. That's it.
Oh shit.
I don't think you had to order quite right there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a kiddo inside your household
Damn.
that's within the ages of like I'm going to say 8 to 14, Taylor Swift is life about everything. And
my 6-year-old loves her.
yeah, well, I mean, Emma's like, hey, do you know Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey has a podcast? You should be you should be like them. You should do what they do. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
great. Hey, yeah.
Listen,
I
Emma,
should.
we've been podcasting for
Yeah.
kids. Yeah. Anyway, you mentioned Proud Souls. Didn't y'all just open up a new shop here recently?
Well, we opened up the one here in Kansas City 1.5 years ago, but we just we took over a barbecue shop in Orlando and opened it up on November 1st. So we have four shops now, 2 in Colorado, the one here in KC, and 1 in Florida. So
Come on, man.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Wait, I don't know the whole role here. Are you like a manager for them? Or you own Proud Souls, or do you just do like some of the marketing for them?
Yeah, no, great question. I get asked that all the time. My official title is director of marketing, but I kind of just do a lot of stuff. So I travel to all 4 stores. I handle a lot of things, and then I just the joke is that I just do what I do for Ferg doing Ferg things. So and they just let me do it. I mean that's they've embraced what I bring to the table and support it and use it to help promote Proud Souls. So it's a great opportunity for me, and I love working for these guys.
That's
I bet.
amazing.
I know they got you
No.
traveling a lot because every time I see a picture on my Instagram that somebody's feet under the seat in front of them on the plane, I know it's Richard going somewhere.
It's either me or Smitty.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually this trip. I just flew home today, obviously, and got home a few hours ago, and I don't have to travel again until Memphis. So, actually driving to St. Louis in the morning, to pick up my new rig, my new trailer, and then driving it to Yoder to get it dropped off to get my new pits mounted. So,
Come on.
Oh, what are we getting?
Yeah, I was about to say you have to tell us about that now.
yeah. Elite Cargo Trailers down in Georgia just finished building my brand new rig. It's a 30-foot all black, completely enclosed trailer. It's got full living quarters in the front, full kitchen, and then a porch that's all enclosed. I can pop out gull wings so I can be open if I want to. And then Yoder's going to outfit it with, Joe has not told me what it looks like yet. He's making it a surprise. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm going to have an offset stick burner in there, a Yoder offset stick burner, and a Yoder 480 pellet. So I can basically do whatever I can do state comps. I can, whatever it is.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is the rig I've always wanted. This will be my 4th trailer. I'm pretty excited about it. So
Sounds like you can live in that thing.
Sounds amazing.
that's what I designed it to do. So, I don't have to worry about, anything in there now anymore. So
That's the man. I mean, you're spoken like a true competition guy, though. I'm like
Right.
you've built the thing. I mean, truly for what it's for. I'm just saying, it's like you're doing the shit that we talk about, right? You're like, you just built the thing. I'm like, damn it, he's got it.
Well, it sounds
He
like
just-
it's big enough that he could go to a competition
Yeah.
and then invite like a whole podcast crew to like stay there with him. Like it sounds like it's
Yeah.
big enough
Like
for that.
beds are in there,
the
like-
West Wing, yeah, that's fine.
Bunk
He'll never
beds
even
or-
see us, like, it's cool. Whatever.
yeah, no, it's this is the third trailer I've designed down in Georgia, and it's kind of a fun thing to do. When you get to actually design it and set it up the way you want to function at a contest. And my last trailer I loved, but and I had 2 beds in there. I could sleep in there. I just didn't have a bathroom, and I wanted to be able to enclose my porch if it's like pouring rain or whatever. So I decided to go all out and do the one I've always wanted to do. So and that's what I like about it. It'll eliminate some hotel stays because I have everything I need in there. So
Yeah.
it's a lot bigger. So my last one was 17 foot. This is 30. So we're going to get to know each other tomorrow for about 7 hours.
Come on.
Nice.
Driving, it'll be my first pull with it. So we'll see how it goes.
Is that how you sell it to the wife? It's going to save money on hotels.
It's fine.
It's going to be
Big
perfect.
deal.
We're saving so much.
We're gonna
money.
make money on this trailer.
It actually pays for itself.
Well, let's just say I don't have to worry about that anymore. So
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, we need to get there, wherever that is. That sounds awesome.
No, man, right. No, shit. No, honestly, and I'd love to talk, maybe offline, on building something like this, because I'm super intrigued, and I think we need something like this in our lives, to be honest with you. So I may be, I don't know, trying to build one.
Should reach out to Elite and get a Grabbing the Brisket podcast, like a mobile podcast studio.
Yeah, with a barbecue pit
Get a
and
roll in there.
a
There it is.
yeah, I need the living quarters. I need the whole thing, man.
yeah, it's awesome, man. And it's a fair price. They do a good job. And the guy I work with, his name's Danny. They did a fantastic job. So I used to get Freedom trailers, but my Freedom guy retired, and then his wife started a company called Trailer Country. And so that's who I kind of went through on this, was Trailer Country. That's where Danny works. And then Elite Cargo Trailers built it in Tifton, Georgia. So yeah, they just sent me the final pictures today to okay it. It looks freaking sweet.
That's badass, man.
I'm
I'm so
excited for you.
envious.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get a chance, man, I post pictures and do your thing, because I'm just curious to see this thing in action.
But my plan was to go live with it tomorrow on my Fergalicious page and just kind of let everybody see it before the smokers go on it. So
Oh man, yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. So it's for the listeners, we'll be tagging all of his social medias and whatnot. So you'll be able to find all the videos
yeah.
and whatnot. So
yeah,
oh no, brain fart. It's gone. I was going to ask something, but
Well,
it
I was
just
gonna
left.
say, you guys up there in what would you say, Fargo? Y'all did a little bit of cooking, correct? Can we get a little rundown of? Was it a brisket competition or it was?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
can we get a little rundown of how that went? What you guys threw down? I mean, I'd love to hear it.
you want to say it, John, or me?
You go for it, brother.
Okay.
guest.
So this was my 3rd time attending Barbecue University, and I attended on behalf of Old World Spices, because that's who makes my products. So this year they brought out me, Smitty, Plowboys, Smoking Magic, Sweet Swine O' Mine. I feel like I'm missing somebody, but so we come out there and we basically teach. We each get assigned a group of Shields employees that work at a Shields somewhere in the United States. I just happen to have a guy from Fargo and a guy from Great Falls, Montana, and we have to teach them how to cook a brisket. And we're not supposed to touch anything. I may or may not have skirted that a little bit, because as a guy that teaches barbecue, man, I don't know how I'm supposed to. I can't teach unless I can show somebody something. So
So hard.
yeah, and it's so these guys were great, and then we had 2 buildings out there where we all had cookers set up, and Shout out to Phil Gorman in Fargo there. He loaned us 4 Gateway drums for me and Tim Shear and Smitty and Mark Lambert. And so we had one Snake River Farms brisket and one choice brisket, and we turned one in a blind box, kind of like a comp. And then the other one is a People's Choice, where all the Shields employees come by and they taste the brisket and then they vote on that. So it's it's not for, they give out these little trophies and stuff like that. It's a fun time. It's a great time to promote your product, and we get to hang out with each other and have an absolutely great time. And the bar in the Holiday Inn is legendary. I mean, it's like,
I know.
The best.
I'm telling you right now, like if you this is a holodome for one, like one of the big holodomes with a huge pool area in it and all that stuff. But the bar is so cool. The bartender has been there all 3 years that I've been there, and they have full casino in there, so you can play $3 blackjack. They got slot machines
with a dealer. Hey, first of all, it's like, you're not playing video blackjack.
It's real blackjack.
Yeah, there's a dealer in there ready to take your money or ready to pay out. It is freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Because you've been there. Yeah. So it's
it's
I've been there so many times, not just for barbecue events, but so we have a great time. We get lots of content. We get to promote our products and teach some people. So that's it's a pleasure to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's all the things he just said is freaking cool. The whole thing is cool. Getting to teach somebody else that a lot of those guys out there, they had no idea. One of the guys, we had 2 guys on our team. We were doing with SUCKLEBUSTERS, Chicks That Smoke. One of them had no idea, never cooked anything in his life. He was like, I don't know. And the crazy part is he was the one that was cutting up our Snake River Farms, trimming that one the whole time. I'm like, gritting my teeth down to a nub. I'm like,
Don't cut that.
Dude, that's a little deep.
I know, right?
That's a little deep.
That's
And then the other dude had cooked a little bit, but he'd also worked in a restaurant or something. So he was just like, oh yeah, you got to do long straight. And he's like, he did the throwdown choice brisket, and it looked amazing. I was like, all right, y'all should have switched for this for sure. But either way,
John's trying to like throw his voice like a ventriloquist. Just like, don't do that.
Yeah, right.
No, it was cool. And it was cool. They all learned a lot. Like, and really, I know a lot of the guys were out there really teaching like the competition side. We were really teaching the backyard, like what they're going to teach their customers when they walk into the store, right? But it was super fun. It's cool to watch a company like that really invests in their employees.
Dude, every company out there, every Fortune 500, every Bass Pro Shops, every company out there, they need to take notes.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you take care of your employees. This is how you make sales. This is how you get in there and make sure you're going to utilize and your employees know how to use the products, sell the products, and make the money.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
100%. That's exactly what I told my guys, because I work in barbecue stores too, and I have to. The customer loves hearing that connection that you have with those products. So, when they go over and they say, I'm looking for a pork rub or I'm looking for a brisket rub, everybody on that wall is a friend of mine. Like, I've either cooked against them, I've cooked with them, I've done a class with them, I hung out with them. And when you can make that connection for them, it makes that interaction and that sale so much easier. But it also makes you somewhat of, we're helping them become somewhat of experts in the barbecue world. So it's easier for them to sell product.
Give some credibility, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I feel like, at Proud Souls, that's our forte, man. You walk into any Proud Souls and you're talking to people that do it all the time. So
that is awesome.
No, that's very cool, man. That's very cool.
Yeah. Can we go off topic for a secing? Can we do just an off topic question?
I love that.
Maybe just change it up a little bit. Richard, hey, what is the last concert you ever been to?
Oh,
that is.
I just went Saturday night to 311.
Oh,
311. Are they still around?
Yes,
dude. It's my favorite band. That was my 17th 311 show.
Oh my god, that's so cool. I didn't even know I had their CDs back in the day.
Hey, listen, my son just got off of the Creed cruise. Yeah, so they had like all these like 90s, like what is it, like
it was
mid 90, mid to late 90, the summer of 99. It was
like Creed, Three Doors Down.
Yeah, Buck Cherry. Yeah, I'm like, Jesus,
I've seen them.
Man.
Yeah.
It was cool.
311 does a similar thing. They do a cruise as well, but Yeah, I saw it at Stretch's place. I don't know if you guys know Stretch,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah, we know.
at his place downtown. He's got a concert venue behind it outside. I've seen 311 there. I don't know how many times, but yeah, they were in town and got to catch that, and that was awesome as usual. So that was my last concert.
God, I don't even remember the last time I thought of 311.
They had to have played down, right?
Oh, 100%, bro.
I'm going to say.
Yep, 100%. That was the final song of the night.
I'm just going to, James, I thought you were going to ask him what his thoughts are on like flamethrowing robotic dogs or something.
Oh my God!
You had to hear our conversation earlier.
I mean, if he hasn't heard, he's gonna listen to the episode and he's gonna see. Have you seen the new? I guess they're not really AI generated robotic dogs, but they look like the same dogs that were built by Boston Dynamics. So these are these
Bomb sniffing or
autonomous dogs that are flame throwing, and you can purchase it. The public can purchase it right now for like $9,995.
It was like a guard dog for your house. You set it for the perimeter.
Set it and forget
just
it.
Go to
I
sleep.
don't know, bro. Can you pull up a picture?
It's
and,
called. Well, I want to say like
The Terminator.
yeah,
It's called the
mess
Terminator.
around and find out, right? F around and find out.
I have not heard about that. I'm too busy being on planes and flying everywhere, man. I feel like I'm so out of touch with the world right now.
It's great for starting up an offset too. So I don't know. It's probably gonna hit the barbecue. Yeah.
Come here, Fido.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. My dog
Let
doesn't
me look at
bark.
this.
Right.
It
Start
just
my Weber.
it just throws flames.
Wow,
Yes.
Okay.
that's it. And you literally just type in flamethrower dog.
Yeah,
I think you can buy that as a business expense. You know what I mean?
Oh, for
As
sure
long as
you
you're
can.
doing it to make some content, right?
Yeah, it's a
Start your
write-off.
fire.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
definitely a
write-off.
write-off.
They're going to be selling it at Costco here in about 2 minutes.
Proud
I was going to
token
say, it
curtain.
reminded me of Ricky Bobby. Available now at Walmart.
Walmart. Hey, you're welcome, America.
New sponsor of the barbecue podcast.
If you don't like flame throwing dogs, then you.
Hey, then you ain't American.
Yeah.
So James mentioned earlier changing like a rebranding or something with the rubs. I know I've seen the new label, but what's going on with that?
Yeah, so probably about a year ago or so, maybe a little longer, Old World had reached out to me and had proposed a rebrand for several reasons. One, a lot of the big box stores, like I'll just use Home Depot as an example, they want to bring in my line of products, but they only bring in trademarked brands. And about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe it was right before COVID, I think, I tried to trademark Fergalicious and got shot down by Stacey Ferguson. And so then I appealed it, stating, I'm in the barbecue market, she's not, blah, blah, blah. And they turned me down again and basically said it's not uncommon for, actresses and singers to open restaurants later in life. So I guess they just wanted to protect that, even though she spells it differently. She spells it with an A, mine's with an O, because that's my last name. So needless to say, that was one reason. The second reason was they felt like maybe there was some confusion by the consumer when they see Fergalicious on a rub, and they thought it was her. They just didn't know how to react, I guess. So we decided I said, I'm not going to come up with some new name. I said, I'm not getting rid of Fergalicious. My team is still Fergalicious. I compete under the Fergalicious name. But my brand is now just my name, Richard Fergola Barbecue. So all the rubs are the same, just I have new labels, new names, more consumer friendly label. They've tested through the roof with Ace and everybody, because I was in Ace, got dropped, and then now they're working on bringing it back in again. So I'm really excited. Barbecue Spot officially posted it yesterday, and it's already starting to hit shelves, the new labels. So that's how it went.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, the new label does look good. I think I actually saw some with the new label when we were up there at Shields.
Yep, we did.
Very cool.
Yeah,
looks good.
So the people that are listening along right now that have never seen the brand or heard of Fergalicious,
well,
yeah, shame on you.
Yeah, how do you not?
Yeah,
we're
we're
sorry.
First of all,
go check the other podcast episode that we put out there. But the line of rubs and seasonings that you have, can you give us a recommendation that Joe that has never heard of your products? What's the go-to?
Where do they
What's the
start?
hot seller?
Yeah, the nice thing, I have six rubs. I would say probably the most popular one is what was formerly called SPG is now called buttery garlic. I use it on my competition briskets. I use it on my competition pork. I use it on my competition ribs. It's a salt, pepper, garlic, butter, and citrus with a citrus note. It's very heavy on the butter, and it just absolutely kills it. I would say probably the two after that are probably my butter pecan, which I also use in competition, and my sweet, which is my main comp rub. But, I have an all-purpose, I have a honey habanero, and I have an apple cherry. The nice thing about all six of my rubs is I can win a world championship with them, or I can, cook in my backyard with my neighbors. So it's they're all great products. They're unique flavors. That's one thing about this rub world is it's so saturated with people with rubs. Mm-hmm. And so every time I developed a rub, I had to try to be as different as I could from people. Mm-hmm. So I feel like all six of mine are like nobody else's out there.
Dude, you just said something that I want to hit on, and I honestly, I don't live on James's street. I live on a street behind James. So we're all kind of neighbors, where we all were neighbors. So I'm not sure how you knew how we kind of got started, whatever else. But being like the king of the barbecue street, or you know what I mean, like nobody thinks of it like that. But I will tell you right now, dude, like just being like a little machismo, like on my street, there's nobody that barbecues as good as I do on my street. Not happening. I know all my neighbors. I walk the streets, whatever else. But man, you could go to your street. I'm not sure if there's anybody in your town that's barbecuing as good as you are, man. Come on.
I live in Kansas City. Yeah, I live in Kansas City, so they're everywhere. But
no, I know. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. It's crazy when I first moved into this house, and I had my trailer, and I was rolling all these Yoders in, and like the neighbors were kind of outside, and they're like, they were all kind of outside at the same time, and they caught me, and they go, "Oh, so do you do barbecue?" Or
yeah, right.
I'm like, well, in my head, I'm going, I have this huge trailer behind me that says Fergalicious Barbecue on it, and I'm like, yeah, something like that. But they always think you have a restaurant too. And I'm like, no, none of that. And you have to explain it to them. And they're like, wow, so
yeah,
believe it or not, I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. There's just a lot of people out there that are still kind of uneducated on what people like me do. So
no, sure. It's hard, man. Living the, as far as how busy you are, whenever, bouncing around, also still trying to comp, still trying to get out there and cook. And, I think that's something that we pulled back from on our side, is that we pulled back from the competitions, and we invested a lot into the podcast. And I can tell you right now, this is probably the best move I ever made in my life, was getting this and coming together with these guys here. And it's not against comp teams and cooking that way or whatever else. It just became something like, this is something new. And I can tell you right now, man, I never would have met you. I never would have went to Fargo. I never would have hung out with you guys and cooked in a parking lot and taught people for a company. And I never would have went any of the places I've done now in this role. And at any time, I still get to compete when I want. And I feel like I've almost won a little bit. And I feel like you've done the same thing. I feel like you get to do what you want to do when you want to do it. Yeah.
It's baffling. It's baffling. And it really hit me about 6 weeks ago when I was flying to Costa Rica to teach a barbecue class. And I was kind of sitting on the plane, and I'm like, I'm going to Costa Rica to teach barbecue. And, I was a teacher for 21 years, and I was an administrator, and education was my life. Coached high school and college wrestling for 18 years, and, won a national championship as a college coach, coached the Olympic team, blah, blah, blah. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be flying to Costa Rica to, fire up some grills and teach them how to cook brisket and ribs. Yeah. And so, when we got done with that class, because Smitty went with me, and we kind of sat there and we just looked at each other. We've taught a lot of classes together, and we just looked at each other. We were just both in awe about what we had just done. You had 32 Costa Ricans that speak barely any English, a translator translating everything that's coming out of our mouth. And we had to adjust our teaching delivery because of that. We're cooking on grills we've never cooked on before. We're cooking meat that can't even hold a candle to what we have here in America.
Yeah.
I mean, the brisket they gave me did not have one strand of intermuscular fat in it at all. It looked like a London broil.
Oh man.
And I made that thing into a pretty badass brisket that probably would have scored there. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
just accomplishing all those things, being that far away from home, and it makes you appreciate what we get to do. And I'll tell you, just go back what you said about competing. I did 40 comps last year. I've cooked, over 200, and I'm only going to do like 21 this year. But I'm a competitive person, and I love doing it, man. I love getting there and lighting a fire and having that challenge of turning in food that is just freaking awesome. And it doesn't happen all the time, but I've gotten pretty good at it. And so I just enjoy that rush, and I really just love the people, like this weekend being in Fargo and, seeing all my friends and, giving each other hugs, and those hugs mean something because we're all there doing the same thing, and you get to share knowledge with each other and talk about and help build each other up. And at the end of the day, we're all still, I don't want to say competitors, but we're all in the same game.
That's right.
But we all find ways to help support each other, and ultimately at the end of the day, promote barbecue. And that's what I love doing, man.
I understand. It's a blessing, really. I mean, you mentioned helping each other out up there, and that's totally accurate, because Denny and I rolled up there with basically a 6-pack of her rub and nothing else. Like we didn't bring anything. I was rolling around. Hey, you got a pro back to borrow? Hey,
John's like, I got the beer. I'll buy the beer.
You got a basting brush I can borrow? And everybody's like, yeah, of course. Here you go.
Yeah.
It really is we say barbecue family, but that's exactly what it is.
It is. It's 100% that way.
Hey, Richard, I guess for the folks that are listening along, and when I say that, I really just mean myself. Any sneaky application or uses of your rubs when you use when you're doing cooking, when you're doing competition, maybe, or when you're doing something, any sneaky type apps that
we
you're
want
doing.
Your secrets.
Yeah.
You kind of cut out there a little bit. You said, how do I use my rubs in competition?
Exactly.
Well,
so really out of my 6 rubs, I only use 3 of them. I use my buttery garlic, I use my sweet, and I use my butter pecan. And I use the sweet and the butter pecan on chicken, ribs, and pork. And I use the SPG on pork, ribs, and brisket. So there's a couple rubs that I use that are not my rubs. I think that's pretty standard across the board to have brands like me. At the end of the day, if I find a combination that works and it's scoring and it's getting my name called and somebody's handing me checks at the end of the day, I stick with it. You know what I mean? It doesn't always have to be my products, but I do that. Those other 3, the apple cherry, the all-purpose, and the honey habanero, I guarantee I could work them into my profile somehow. But when you're rolling and you just don't want to mess with a good thing. So
sure.
No, I totally agree with you. And it's nothing. Listen, this is what makes barbecue so good, is that that's not the message or whatever else is like, because there's so many different brands that are out there.
There's room for everybody.
There really is. It's the market is it's so much bigger than what people really think. It's not saturated at all. And there's something out there for somebody. And I totally agree with you. If it's working, you run it and you support other people, and that's what it's about. It's about supporting not just your own brand, it's other people's brands, because then when you're so transparent like that, it's just like, hey man, and then people are like, you know what? I believe this, right? This is honest ass barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And I think, and that's a great point. I stand behind that 100%. But to go back to the question about how I use those, you know, it's, I tell people this in my comp classes all the time. If you were to stand in front of the rub and sauce wall at our store, they're all great. At the end of the day, in a competition, it's whether you cooked it right or not. You know what I mean? Like this game is all about tenderness. I've been saying that for years.
Yep.
So you can put whatever rubs on there you want. You know, you can put 1 on there, you can put 3 on there, but if you don't cook it right, I mean, I have people that are cooking briskets in competitions, and they'll come to my class and they'll tell me they just haven't quite figured it out yet. What am I doing wrong? And the very first thing I ask them is, well, what's your finishing temp? And when I hear 195 come out of their mouth, I'm like, well, you're way off. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You have to understand, and I preach this so much, you have to understand what good is before you can actually cook good. Right? If that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Like when you don't know what it is, when you don't know what it looks like, what it feels like, and what it tastes like,
right?
Then you're kind of like in a dark room looking for the light switch.
Yeah,
you know,
you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, your good is totally off the mark of what, you know,
Right.
your whole family says, hey, this is
It's not your fault,
Robert.
It's not your fault.
This is
though.
the best I've
it's
ever
not your
had.
fault. You
You're
just
like,
don't know.
You
don't
just
know.
never. It's like never experiencing anything, right? What's a waterfall? Man, never saw one before. You just ever described one. I think it's not a waterfall. No, you didn't. You know.
I think that's where experience comes in. So the more you cook, the more you go to contests.
Yeah.
You know, people say I cook at home, I practice at home. I've never done. I mean, I cook at home, but I don't practice comps at home. So, you know, the only way you're going to truly know your abilities and gain experience on what that looks like is to go cook comps and put yourself under the gun, on the timeline, in the elements. People coming up, knocking on your door. Hey, do you want to drink a beer? You want to do a shot? Having a generator go out. You know, popping a bearing on a trailer. Not having a trailer, cooking under a tent, having your fire go out. You know, I could keep going on. I could keep going on and on until you experience all those things. You're not learning anything. You can go to a class all you want. I can tell you everything I do, but you got to go out there and execute it like I do. And you're not going to be able to do that right out of the gate. I mean, that's just, it takes time and experience, and then you'll know what good is, you know, because you guys have heard this. I hear this a lot. People's like, oh, we cooked this contest and we felt like we turned in pretty good food.
Yeah.
And when they say that to me, that's where I stop them right there. And I said, well, what's pretty good food? Can you tell me what that is? And then they just have a baffled look on their face. And then we go into that teaching moment right there. And I just try to help people understand that, so they're not getting frustrated with comp barbecue and then they quit, because that's not what I want.
Yeah. So I think it's a great point. Is I go to competitions. Also, talk to judges. Go and try to judge something. Taste what you're.
You know what you're looking for.
Yeah, because when you're tasting everything, you're going to taste something that's like, that's just like mine, and you may score that high, right? But all of a sudden, you're going to get the box that comes across. You're going to go, well, holy shit, I'm not sure what that was, but that was 11 out of 11, and then that's when the wheels start turning. So, hell, go judge a competition.
I'll usually get a guy that says that'll make a turd. And you're like,
oh Jesus,
that's
man.
no feedback.
Ringing endorsement.
Yeah.
Jesus, you're like,
that's
James,
good. If people tell you that, I'm saying right now, it's the same as it's called mediocre. Yeah, you're not making good barbecue. You're done. Good. Sorry, James is out. Sorry, man. Sorry, Richard. James is
That's
out.
all good, man. Yeah. It's all good.
I think I'm going to sign up for one of Richard's classes. Actually.
I know, man. Come on.
We push that all the time too. We always tell people, hey, if you haven't taken a class, just take a class. Obviously, you're going to learn a lot in the competitions, but taking a class, you can learn a lot of stuff from one of these professionals that are out there kicking everybody's asses.
Yeah, but a professional. I mean, television, being professional.
Yeah. I'm just saying people that are actually out there and actually winning. You know what I mean? The Richard Fergolas, the Bill Purvises, these guys that are out there kicking everybody's asses. Those are the guys you want to learn from.
Yeah, 100%. Oh. We're taking notes, by the way. If you want to give us any secrets right now, like we will write them down. We won't tell anybody. It's fine.
I don't know if we got time for that.
Come on, man.
One last question. What was the biggest tip you gave for your Shields employees out there with the briskets? Is there one tip that you told them, like, this is, if you're not going to learn anything else, learn this one, take this with you?
Yeah, I think the one that stands out the most, and I tell people in my class this because people ask this question every time, and these guys asked it too. They said, well, what temperature do you wrap this brisket at? And I said, I don't wrap at temperature. I wrap at color. And I don't know if you were in on those conversations, John, this weekend about my new barbecue alter ego that I've created. I don't know if you saw my shirt or my stickers, or maybe I gave you one, the Rich Mahogany.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
good. I'm going to get one.
So just so you guys know, I have a new barbecue alter ego. It's actually my barbecue porn name, called Rich Mahogany.
That's your OnlyFans?
Yeah.
They were saying that this weekend. I don't know what that is, but
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
but I have T-shirts and stickers for Rich Mahogany. But my point of telling you that, and actually, I think I'm going to develop a character out of it when I go to awards. We were looking at some like red velvet, like track suits and some gold chains, and
Sure.
I'm ordering a shirt tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight.
yeah,
Let's do it, man.
it's going to be cool. Anyway, I think that's probably the biggest thing that I tell people, even if I'm cooking at home. I don't wrap at temperature because I don't care about that. I care about what it looks like. So especially when we were cooking those briskets, I'm like, this is what we're looking for. Is this right here? We're ready to wrap. And I wanted them to see that with their own eyes.
Yeah.
I think that's a common misconception in the barbecue world is wrapping at temperature versus wrapping at color.
Right. Yep. Everybody says 165. You got to wrap it right at 165. As soon as it
I know. I
hits
hear that a million times.
No, it's not right.
Yep. Don't care.
Awesome. Hey, we appreciate Richard. Obviously, this probably won't be the last time we get John here because I'll try to wrangle you. I have your number at this point, so I can just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
Next
we're
episode
going
is
to track
good.
you down on Southwest flights
Yeah.
too, man.
right.
Right. Next episode, we're going to catch you on After Bark, and we're going to get Rich Mahogany on.
Yeah.
Talk about the what goes on behind the scenes at these bars.
Let's totally do that.
So
And I'm gonna put it in the little name thing there too. Instead of Ferg, it's gonna say Rich Mahogany.
Yes.
no, you should. So James just alluded to, but we're trying to start this. We're probably starting a new After Bark series, and we're kind of tossing around. I'm not sure how it's going to really come out or how it's evolving, but yeah, it's going to be something
I'm sure you'll hear about
very
it.
similar to that, though.
After Bark, I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
After Bark.
Yeah.
Like an uncensored podcast.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
Like this one
we're
isn't already.
censored. Yeah,
Right.
right.
Come on.
All right. Hey, Richard, we appreciate you coming on again.
Hey, thank you guys. Thanks for having me. I had a blast.
Yeah.
Hey.
Cheers, brother.
A good one.
Have a good night.
Later,
Yeah.
bud.
That was amazing. How badass is that?
That dude is so fun. Watching him out there teaching those guys too. He's
Yeah.
you could tell he's
No,
got the
I know.
teacher in him from way back.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you had that when you were teaching your little people there?
No, I'm not a teacher. It's not. No,
Or you like just
I'm so
chop
uncomfortable
that
the whole
off.
time.
Chop
Yeah,
that
you
off.
can't-
You know, like it's,
I'm not that
No, I
comfortable.
mean-
I get anxiety just talking to you guys. So
Dude, I mean, it's let me say it's very structured, but when there's a little bit of information, like they bring you in, they sit you down, they talk to you for a couple of minutes, and they're like, all right, go. And you're like, I'm not sure what's going on right now. You know what I mean? My ADHD kicked in. I'm just like, click, click, click. What happened? Are we going outside now? What happens from here?
it wasn't bad. Honestly, it wasn't too bad because, like I mentioned before, like the one guy had a little bit of experience, but for the most part, you've got 1,000 times more experience than these guys, and anything you can teach them, they're soaking it up like a
but
sponge.
that's the
It's
thing
really
about
cool.
this. I don't think anybody's barbecuing up there. Like, what's going on in that region?
Can we talk about having Richard on as
No, I
the
know,
interview?
man. Can we-
We just had him
I'm
on.
sorry,
so,
man.
Yeah,
It's-
let's pull this back
Yeah,
together.
you're right,
Like
James.
super cool interview to have this guy back again. I feel like I don't know what the shot clock is on how long we've had him on, but we had to okay, we have to time out on this because we can sit here and go for another 2 to 3 hours. But really cool to have him on and all the wealth of knowledge and the products and the people that he knows and jumping down to Costa Rica, like no big deal.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna go
good
teach barbecue
Lord.
down here.
You
We're
can
gonna
tell
go
he's
down to
psyched.
Costa Rica, teach some barbecue,
Where's
and
my
make
invite,
an
Richard?
award-winning barbecue class.
Go.
Right.
Come on, man.
I can carry
It's
your
amazing.
bags.
Hey, he's
And he was
super
on our
awesome.
podcast. Yeah,
Really badass to have the guy back on the podcast. Hopefully we'll have him back on again, and maybe we'll have his alter ego back on it again as
Yeah.
well.
What was it called again?
Rich Mahogany.
Oh,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanted to see if James could say it in the microphone.
Rich Mahogany.
Yeah, okay. You done, James.
His seasonings are amazing too. Obviously,
are.
we've tried them, and we'll put a link down below because he didn't do a little plug there at the end. But we'll put a link for his website and also for his social media, so you guys can find him.
Much
and,
appreciated.
Get yourself a Rich Mahogany T-shirt because that sounds swanky. I like it.
I think mine would be like just like white pine or something like that. I'm just kidding.
White pine.
I'm not sure what you're. Hey, what are you saying, James? Like, what
Is there a white pine?
What do you
I
think
mean,
James
Can I
is
be
talking about?
dark
you think James is
mesquite?
talking about more about
No.
Can't.
I like it.
White pine.
Let's go.
Hard oak.
It just sounds-
Hey, do we have a barbecue win fail?
Nutty pecan. No? Okay.
No.
nutty pecan.
Do we have a barbecue win fail?
I got nothing. No. I'm really not prepared. I literally flew in. I
It's
was home
fine.
for less than an hour before
It's been a
Jen
great
picked me
episode.
up.
It's been fun. It's been entertaining. I think it's been.
Raul had a good time.
I think it's gonna be one for the books for us guys. So I love it. Yeah.
You know what set it off, James?
What's that?
Your energy.
There it is.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. You just came
bring the energy
busting
right
through that gate.
You bring the energy. It brings the. It brings everybody else.
It's the fire dogs.
Hey,
really.
come on.
Yeah.
Not messing around. But honestly, guys, it's been great talking barbecue with you.
Peace.
Thanks, everybody.
Let's go.
We've been great.
As we close out, big thanks to SmokerBuilder.com and the MBBQA for their unwavering support.
Absolutely. And cheers to Barbecue News Magazine, SUCKLEBUSTERS, and Dow Strong Knives for their contributions.
And you know Yeti always has our back, and Coolie Nation ensures our drinks stay perfectly cold.
Lastly, props to Cambro Manufacturing and, of course, the Spicy Nut, the Chicks of Smoke Seasoning. Thanks to all for powering this show.
Until next time, keep smoking.